2022, Kanye West lost billions, not because of bad music, not because of a failed business, but because his entire empire started collapsing in real time. Brands walked away, partnerships disappeared, and one of the most powerful people in entertainment suddenly stood alone. But what makes Kanye's story different is that this wasn't just a fall. It was the collapse of an empire built over nearly 2 decades. And to understand how it all fell apart, we have to go back to the beginning. Before the headlines, before the billion-dollar deals, Kanye West was just a young producer from Chicago, and even back then, he thought bigger than everyone around him. He wasn't satisfied making beats for other artists. He wanted to be the artist. But there was one problem. Nobody took him seriously. At the time, Kanye was producing for major names like Jay-Z. His beats were respected. But as a rapper, most people didn't believe in him. To them, he didn't fit the image. But Kanye believed something they didn't, that he was different. And in 2004, he proved it. The college dropout changed everything. It wasn't just successful, it changed how hip-hop sounded. And suddenly, Kanye wasn't a producer trying to rap, he was a star. Then came late registration, then graduation. And with every album, his influence grew. But Kanye wasn't just making music, he was shaping culture, fashion, language, style, the way artists presented themselves. And by the end of the 2000s, Kanye West wasn't just relevant, he was untouchable. But Kanye wanted more than music, much more. Then came Kim Kardashian, and this changed everything. When Kanye and Kim got together, it wasn't just celebrity news, it was a merger of 2 empires. Kim had media dominance, reality television, global influence. Kanye had music, fashion, creative power. Together, they became one of the most powerful celebrity couples on earth. Luxury trips, fashion weeks, magazine covers, global headlines, everything got bigger. And so did Kanye's reach. For a while, it looked like they had built the perfect empire, but behind the scenes, cracks were already forming. And then came Yeezy. At first, many doubted him. Fashion insiders laughed, but Kanye kept pushing. And eventually, he changed the sneaker industry. His Adidas partnership exploded. Every release sold out. Demand became insane. Yeezy wasn't just a brand anymore. It was a movement. And soon, Kanye became a billionaire. Not because of music, but because of business. He had done what almost no artist had done before. He built an empire beyond entertainment, and for a moment, it looked unstoppable. But this is where everything began changing. Kanye had always been controversial. Public feuds, unexpected interviews, political appearances, moments that divided public opinion. But over time, those moments became bigger, louder, harder to ignore. At the same time, his marriage to Kim was facing pressure, and in 2021, it ended. One of pop culture's biggest power couples was over, and for Kanye, this seemed to mark a turning point, because what happened next would cost him everything. But Kanye West has always been unpredictable, and that's what makes his story different. Every time people think he's finished, he comes back. New music, new ideas, new influence, and despite everything, millions still watch, still listen, still care. Because whether people love him or criticize him, Kanye West remains impossible to ignore. Kanye's story isn't just about music, it's about ambition, power, influence. And what happens when someone builds an empire so big? It begins collapsing under its own weight. And maybe the biggest question isn't what Kanye lost. It's what he builds next.